You know, you tend to think it's the beginning of the end.
I was in way over my head. I didn't know what was going on.
It was a massive shock to us. We had no idea. When I went into labour on the morning, I didn't know what was happening.
The Tiny Lives Trust helps to care for premature and sick newborn babies, their mothers and families. Tiny Lives aims to provide the highest quality of care on an ongoing basis and needs to fundraise each and every year to support a range of facilities, staff and equipment. The Special Care Baby Unit is based in Ward 35 at the Newcastle RVI. The unit cares for 700 premature and sick babies each year. The Tiny Lives Trust has an enormous impact on the care of babies and the experience of families in Ward 35.
The best baby care happens when it's delivered by the best trained staff, and quality trumps quantity with nursing care.
Tiny Lives has funded a Sim Newborn, which is a simulated newborn infant who can cry, move, breathe, has a beating heart.
Do you want to listen to the heart rate?
It means that you can mock up desperately dangerous situations without causing any hazard to anybody else. In terms of resuscitating babies, that's a really important thing to be able to do.
Tiny Lives has had an immense impact on what we've been able to achieve in research here on 35, helping us understand how we can look after babies better in the future.
Tiny Lives have also helped fund our transport incubator. If we didn't have an incubator and the ward was full, we'd be looking for a service to come from possibly Manchester to take our babies around the region, which obviously is a delay and that compromises the baby's health. They've funded a piece of equipment called the Sound Ear. In an incubator, the noise is amplified, so we want to make sure that the environment's calm and quiet.
Tiny Lives completely funds the physiotherapy post on the unit. My role is about making sure that people understand why they need to support babies in a certain way, looking at them from their particular age and gestation, and going through the plan with the nurses, but also, very importantly, the parents.
Tiny Lives have funded positioning aids, things like cushionings, sponges, to try and make the baby feel comfortable in their surroundings.
In Dylan's case, he had a collapsed lung, so he needed positioning aids to keep him on his side a lot of the time. If it wasn't for them, you know, like the babies wouldn't be able to have been positioned, you know, and possibly Dylan might not be here because his collapsed lung might not have fixed itself.
We encourage mums to provide their own milk for preterm babies because, as opposed to formula, breast milk is much easier to digest. It helps protect babies against infection, which preterm babies are quite susceptible to. Tiny Lives provided money to fund an 18-month project, and that's where I entered. Within about 8 weeks, we saw a dramatic increase in the amount of mums who were providing milk.
You get so much support and help on the ward. They have electric pumps. They actually give you a pump to take home.
Tiny Lives have provided money for all of the pumps that we have. This has been a great help for mums. It's often one of the few things they can do or can provide for the baby.
There's a lot of blame when your babies are born early on yourself. There's a lot of, what did I do wrong? So for, say, those little people getting what you've produced is a massive, massive thing, really.
And as they grow and become more mature, we do encourage them to start feeding at the breast.
It's a bit extra closeness, it's a bit more time, you know, because you're sitting holding them. The more you hold them, the more you feel like a real mum.
Tiny Lives enables parents to have some cherished memories of being here. We have sticker diaries that allows parents to chart their child's progress.
Stickers are really good because they sort of have, you know, like I had my first kangaroo care and explained it to other people like, oh, what's kangaroo care?
It's a very dislocating experience having a very premature baby, and it makes being a parent a really, really difficult thing. So there's lots and lots of ways in which Tiny Lives softens that impact and make life a little bit more bearable for parents.
We have 3 flats which are very near to the ward, which Tiny Lives have funded.
When you're on them flats, you know, you've got everybody there, you've got support, any questions you want to ask, it's all, you know, it's there for you.
Also, we do have a small number of parking permits. They can use our car park with the help from Tiny Lives.
We had a car parking pass, and I think if we hadn't had that, we would have been bankrupt.
Having a baby that's born premature is really, really stressful. And then at the end of care, to find that their baby's dying, it is absolutely really distressing.
When you lose a child, you're just blank. Apart from taking photographs and holding them, you wouldn't know what to do.
The parents need a lot of support. Tiny Lives have assisted us to provide an environment that's comfortable and calm for the parents.
Usually a few family come up and say bye, and we try and accommodate them with privacy and as much care as we can.
We provide memory boxes which have all been funded by Tiny Lives.
I'll never forget getting that box given to us, being able to do a handprints or footprints, having little lockets with a hair in it, little things like that. I mean, that's something you can never ever replace. It's just like proudly displayed in our house, and we just couldn't be more thankful.
All parents share a different journey, and some babies are only here for a few days, others can be here many months. And it's really wonderful to watch the family as they develop and look after their baby and take on the role of parent, and then to see the baby go home. It's really a wonderful experience.
I'm Susie Scott and I'm 17 years old, and I was a premature baby. To begin with, it was a bit touch and go. I was only literally about the size of my hand. But yeah, I pulled through and here I am, without Tiny Lives. I'm just really glad that they were there.
Your support makes a difference to the tiny lives we care for.
Yeah, without Tiny Lives, I really don't know where I'd be.
Basically, without Tiny Lives, we wouldn't have our boys.
I'm just, again, very grateful to them for everything that they did for me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to Tiny Lives.